Okay. I'm sorry about the intro with the audio and all that, but it's done, and we have our headquarters right now. So, if you didn't read by the title, I am building a headquarters in today's episode. So yeah, that's why I had that time lapse. And if you were confused, look at the title. But yeah, today we're going to be building everything that you need for this Spaceballs Tools mod. And if you go to CurseForge, it's Ad Astra or Space Boss Tools, but type Ad Astra right here in your CurseForge, and then scroll down until you see this, and then play, and then install and then play. Now after you've done that, you can play around with this mod for yourself. So today we're going to be going over everything that you need for one of these little houses. So if you're playing, this is kind of like a tutorial. So yeah, you might first thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna get some beds, and you're going to build a simple house involving spacey blocks. Just you get your house situated. If you're in early game, you obviously can't do something like this, but yeah, it's really cool, so I would download this mod. Next, you can get your NASA workbench out. This workbench is the most high-tech workbench you can get in this mod. It lets you craft your rocket ships. You're also going to want to get a crafting table in your house and a furnace in your house. Obviously, I don't know why you wouldn't have this, just reminding you, because, I've missed them before and it's not fun. But now, we have to talk about all of the stuff in this mod. As you can see, there are a lot of ingots, like steel ingots, and dash ingots, and dash plates. So we're going to be building all the machines you need for early game. And I will not be using, I'm going to be using a creative motor, but you can use whatever motors you want. Just search up here, motor, and then craft everything you need. Okay, perfect. Now you can get started. Let me just, ew, it's a bucket of seed oil. Yeah! But yeah, that's weird. I'm sorry, I haven't got a lot of time to, play with this mod, so. Anyway, yep, this is, pretty much the house setup you need to do, but now let's get into some of the machines. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need early game is steel. You see this thing right here, this ingot. You'll need it for crafting rockets, cables, basically everything in this mod, and of course the Astra manual. I'm also going to show you all of the crafting recipes you will need to know in this video. So you are going to grab a trapdoor, and this is one of the only ways it will work. So what are these? Never mind. So you're going to grab a lava bucket next. Now grab some cogwheels, because you will need these cogwheels. You want to grab one, or just grab a big and a small, I would recommend. They're really easy to craft. All you need is shafts. Okay. And if you don't know how to get shafts, look it up here. So first, there's your motor. So you're going to get a creative motor, as I promised. Creative motor. Now you're going to get a building block to cover up most of the stuff, and an encased fan. After you've done that, After you've done that, you are going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trapdoors and flip them all up. After you've done that, place 4 right here and break this back one. Now you can move this one forward because we're going to be putting a lava bucket here. So let me redo this. I'm dumb. I don't remember my own work. So let's start off by making the place where your lava is going to be. So that would be easier for you. Well, actually no. Place an encased fan down. Now you need to place 3 trapdoors like this. Flip them all up and place a lava bucket right here. Okay. Good. After you've done that, now you're going to place 2 trapdoors right here and a final trapdoor right here. If you want to, you can add trapdoors right here, but they don't work. Like they really don't help, so I wouldn't recommend. They're just more blocks. So now you place a cogwheel right here, a large cogwheel right here, a creative motor right here, or sorry, not a creative motor. What is this called? A gear shaft or gear shift right here, and a creative motor. Now you need to set your creative motor kind of high, and now if you open up this trapdoor, lava should spit out. Now you need to grab iron ingots, throw them in this machine, and now wait. While we're waiting, we're going to make our next machine, the crusher. The crusher is actually probably the simplest one. All you need are 2 crushing wheels. Hold on. All you need are, if you search up crush, you should get a crushing wheel right here. Now place 1 here and 1 here. And here you go. Now break those blocks. So you should see. Now place cogwheels, 2 large cogwheels, 2 small cogwheels, and a small cogwheel. Not right here. Right here. And now you place a creative motor on, or sorry, you place another gear shift and another creative motor, and your crushers should spin. Now if you grab something like zinc, you throw it in here, it should crush. Our steel is probably ready by now, and as you can see, the iron we threw in became steel. We'll use this steel later to craft tons of stuff. Okay, I'm sorry, my microphone. Okay, so basically, that's all you need to know, and that's all you need to know for your crusher. Now, you might want to do the mechanical press. I am going to have a separate video on the mechanical press, just because, you know, it's so important, and there's a lot of ways to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna have a whole video on that. But you might want to just take a break real quick to encase everything, because it looks ugly if you don't. You see back here I have all these cogs. Also, this is really easy to make, by the way. So, like, the hardest material to get is the motor, and not the creative motor. The creative motor is for creative mode. So yeah, you're gonna need the electric motor for that, which can only be done with the AutoCrafter, but we'll get into that in another episode as well. we'll do that in part 2. Anyways, this is the essential setup. You got your crusher, you got your blaster, and we will focus on another thing, but right now we're going to go inside and look at some crafting recipes. Okay, so remember when I said you're probably going to need steel? Well, let's place some iron down and wait for it to turn into some. Now we just wait for this to burn. And while I do this, I want to mention something from the crusher. It might not work as intended at first, but if you place you can fiddle around with it. And if you find more efficient ways to do this, let me know in the comments. As you can see, we have 64 steel ingots. Now you can grab a book, go to your crafting, place a book in the center, and surround it with steel. You will get the Astroducts. Open it. I said open it, and everything you need to know, everything is in here. The first launch, in here. The moon, in here. Surviving Mars, in here. The hot planets, in here. After you've done this, that's pretty much all you need to do. And if you're wondering, yes, this is the main thing you'll need. So if you're saying, oh, I've already started, no, you have to actually get the Astroducts to start, because that's how you make all your space things, dummy. I'm sorry for calling you a dummy. But yeah, that's it for the Astroducts. Now let's get into one more machine, or not one more, but just a machine that you're probably going to want. And that is going to be your launch station. So, you're going to grab a launch pad right here and place it down. Preferably in front of your house. But now you have a launch pad to launch rockets. And if you're wondering, well, that's not a machine, don't worry, we'll get into the machine part in a little bit. I just wanted to show you that if you're confused and you go to get a rocket and you can't place it down, you can only place it on the launch pad. Just so you know. Okay, so now let's get into the machine part of this. And also, if you're scrolling through and wondering what a Chryso fuel bucket is, it's like lava, but better. So, just to tell you. Alright, you'll have to test it out for yourself. I'm not showing you. Anyway, you should... Wait, what? Yeah, you should be able to see this, and bazinga. So, now you're going to want to be able to fill stuff with oxygen. So what I would recommend doing is getting every how do you spell oxygen? What if I just spelled tank? It's spelled with a Y. Oxygen, you'll see an oxygen loader, an oxygen distributor, and an oxygen sensor. So you can go into the oxygen loader, and if you put water into this, it will actually turn it into oxygen. So grab your oxygen tank, your empty oxygen tanks, and pop this in, and pop this in. Wait, this goes here. And if you're wondering what the oxygen distributor is, you can basically put stuff in here, if I put this in here, it will convert into oxygen. So if you will take this like water buckets and you just fill your inventory with water buckets, then go into this. As you can see, it's full, and then you just fill your tank up like this. You have the oxygen distributor for your tank in, and you put your oxygen in, and boom, it distributes. That's going to be in part 2 as well. So yep, that's pretty much it for part 1, and we will get into a lot of stuff in part 2. But right now, this is all I got. So I'm tuning out. Goodbye.